I wanted to give my opinion, and of course, I'm a nobody. I mean nothing, who cares what I think? But I want to try and give possibly a Christian perspective to what's happening with Trump. Because, I watched the news last night and I saw all these voices, all these people, all of this, Trump, and it's all secular. It's all secular, meaning it doesn't have faith. Faith is not involved in every discussion that I've seen now about Trump being convicted on these 34 counts. So I just wanted to give my personal perspective on this situation and what it might mean for someone like you or I that have faith as the foundation or the center point of, everything we do and everything we think. So the first thing that I'll say is that in regards to who Trump is and what he represents, I think on a whole, he represents the freedom mindset of the country. People that vote for Biden are of a different cloth, if you will. It's almost, it really is that way, meaning that, Trump is for guns. Trump is for a minimalist government oversight, less taxes. There's, also the right to, or the right is really the wrong term, but the rights of the baby, not for abortion, those kind of things. Those are just major staples in his platform, and they are not for the other platform, if you will. So there's just two major differences. But when I think of Israel, because, we have to think about the nation of Israel, which is mentioned in the Bible repeatedly. The whole Bible is about the Jews and the Gentiles, but it is founded in the Jewish religion and with Judaism and Jews. In fact, Jesus was a Jew. So to ignore Israel or to not think about the nation of Israel in regards to Trump would be an error, I believe. As a Jewish person, if you're watching and you're Jewish, or if you're a Christian, this is really one area where the Jews and the Christians can really unite, and they should. But the Bible is very clear that the people that bless Israel will be blessed. The people that curse Israel will be cursed. And when you have Biden as the head of a nation say we're not going to protect Israel in the midst of a war against their enemy, I don't know if it can be more clearly defined. He would be cursing Israel. He would be not blessing them. He's not helping them. It's not a mitzvah. He is taking away the aid or the help in the midst of their most challenging time. I've heard it said that it's like our 9/11, if you live in America, times a million. It's just a big deal. So imagine if a country said to us in the middle of that, hey, we're not going to support you in the middle of your 9/11. How would you feel? So I look at this Trump situation from a spiritual point of view, not necessarily a secular thing. Yeah, I look at the secular part and the, maybe the in the Fed movement, all these other things, that Trump would represent. But I want to, on this channel, really bring a different viewpoint than what you're seeing everywhere else. And the viewpoint is simply that the situation with Trump being convicted on 34 counts, it really is, in my opinion, an all-out assault from the enemy of God, because Trump is really for the nation of Israel, and he's definitely a supporter of Christians, where I would say Biden, even though he is supposedly Catholic, and he would consider himself a Christian, you and I both know, if you watch this channel, that Catholicism is the best friend of the Antichrist. So if someone is Catholic, they are not a Christian, by the way, and if someone is Catholic, they are knowingly or unknowingly holding the hands of the devil, because the Bible says that the devil will work hand in hand with the Pope, whoever is the Pope at the time of the Antichrist. Now, we don't have an Antichrist yet, but we will very soon. And when the Antichrist goes to reach for the faith community, he will use the Pope in an effort to do that. So when you look at these 34 counts that he got convicted on yesterday, you know what I say? I say, man, they just helped him get elected to be president. Now, he may not be president. He may not get elected. But if he ever was going to get a boost from his base, from the people that really support him and like him, he just got it. He just, not only did he get a boost, he just got a shot of adrenaline, because the entire base of Trump, and people that may not even like Trump, but people that were maybe in the middle, they've just caved now for Trump. You cannot look at this thing and actually, like, honestly say that this is not an all-out attack on the opposing member of the opposing party of the sitting president. I mean, when you put all those things together, we criticize Zimbabwe, we criticize Mugabe, we criticize other nations for doing exactly what we're doing right now. Do you realize that? I mean, this is crazy to see the United States of America really got a gun in the target, at the other party's nominee during an election season. If this happened, and Trump doesn't have any opportunity at becoming, president again. Let's say he's done two terms, and then it would be okay, whatever. But this is not the case. He is the leading candidate in the opposing party during the election season. So it just changes everything. So from a faith perspective, I look at Trump as a supporter of Israel. And whenever you support Israel, you got my vote. Is Trump the greatest Christian you've ever met in your life? No. Neither am I. I'm not a great Christian. I try. Now, does Trump try to be a Christian? I don't know. I don't know of a church that, maybe it's been reported, but I don't think he goes to church on Sunday. I think he considers himself a Christian. But is he walking with the Lord? I don't know. That's for God to judge. But what I want to do is try and give a perspective that out of the two candidates, obviously Trump, it's a windfall that Trump is better than Biden. And so when you look at the events through the eyes of faith, or through the eyes of the Bible, you know that there is coming a time where there's going to be a greater outpouring of hatred and anger towards Jews and Christians. And who is going to perpetrate that more, Biden or Trump? Obviously, it's going to be Biden. So I side with Trump in this situation, that even though he's been convicted of these 34 things, I think everybody kind of looks at it and says, whatever. And they kind of just shake their head and go, this is crazy. What happened to Hillary Clinton? She deleted thousands and thousands of emails. She never went to jail. She never got convicted of anything. They just let her go. What about Hunter Biden? What about Joe Biden? When you turn the table and you look at them and point the finger at them, what about 10% for the big guy? Whatever happened? Why is he not being put on trial? So we all kind of go, whatever. It's like the popular kid in school. He never got in trouble, but all of us got in trouble. And that's the kind of, we hated the popular kid because he never got in trouble, but he did the same things we did. So it's that kind of feeling that you have towards Biden. So what does God say here? God says that we should bless Israel and those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. So when I look at these 34 convictions, I look at it through the eyes of faith and think that the enemy here is really trying to absolutely destroy any chance at Israel being blessed and any chance at the faith community, including Jews and Christians, of being supported, encouraged, and empowered to be able to walk safely in this country, because I don't think Biden is going to be involved in any of that. I wanted to give my take on this Trump thing and know that the enemy is at play here. The last thing I'll say is that we know we don't fight against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, rulers of the darkness of this age, spiritual hosts of wickedness in heavenly places. So there is wickedness happening in heavenly places against the nation of Israel and against Christians. And that's what I see happening right now. Power is knowledge, and the lack of it is death.